Hey everyone, this is Randy. Welcome to this edition of E3 Minutes for Life. I'm standing here on a hill on the grounds of Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna, Austria. This is the palace, the yellow area, and all the grounds. We just came from above us here, and they go on a long way. And then in the back is Vienna, Austria. And what I wanted to talk about in this E3 Minutes for Life, when you look at Vienna, you will see a kind of a coexistence of really old and really new. You know, some buildings that were built hundreds of years ago and some that were built decades ago, and then you can even see cranes where they're building buildings right now. And I think about that and look at the workplace and what we have going on in the workplace right now. And you know, they said we've got more generations in the workplace right now than we've ever had at the same time before. And so I would just encourage you to think about your team and the diversity of ages and experience levels and things like that. And let's kind of look at the structure that can bring to us. First thing I'll look at is the energy that can come from having young people on a team, in a group, in an organization. You know, and that they're willing to just go 1,000 miles an hour, and they've still got the energy to do that. And you know, I'm not going to get into ageism. Sometimes people say, well, they don't have the work ethic to stay long enough. If we engage them enough, they will. And they've got the energy to do that. But then next, I'll look at the experience that comes with age. You know, the people who've been in the workplace for a long time, have gone through some projects, have gone through some major things. You know, in my career, I've experienced downturns that came after 9/11 and after 08 and with COVID and things like that. And when you look at that experience that comes, there's a lot of wisdom that can come through that. Now, I would also say with experience can come a bit of jaded perspective. You know, that's never going to work. We've tried that before. We did that, you know, in the past and it didn't work. And so we've got to be careful that we don't have that. But then if we take those two and put them together, we can have innovation. That can only come through collaboration. We take the brand new ideas, never thought about it before. We take the experience of it. We tried that one time and here's what happened. We put that together and we get great innovation. We get great creativity. And then we go forward and we say, okay, now we need to implement the ideas. We need to implement the strategies. We need to implement whatever those goals are. And after we implement those, then we've got to do the execution. We've got to do the doing. We've got to finish the project. We've got to work on the task. We've got to fix the wrinkles that may come up. We've got to work out the kinks that are in there. And finally, if we have ownership, we have accountability, we have good dedication to it, then we'll finally come to completion, and that will produce the results that we were hoping for to begin with. So as we look at how these old buildings, I mean, when you see over here these domes and steeples and all that were built centuries ago, and then you see the bigger buildings and the skyscrapers and the cranes that come now, let's look at that as our team and say, how can we use all of that together to create better results and serve our communities, whatever that be, our marketplace, our industry, or whatever, even better. All right? Thanks for joining us today on this edition of E3 Minutes for Life from Vienna, Austria. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.